Hello, hello. Welcome to today's strategic journaling session. Strategic means that this is more than just gratitude journaling, and we go deeper than surface level. You will hopefully experience a breakthrough moment that will give you not just clarity, but then action steps on how to actually achieve what it is that you want or how it is that you want to feel. On Tuesday, so just this most recent episode, I talked about how I transformed playtime with my son Griffin by choosing presence over productivity. It was all about how we literally played with his transformers. And instead of me doing it half heartedly and also while meal planning and trying to respond to emails in my head and think in advance of certain things, I put all of that aside and I was able to be truly present and patient during this playtime with my son. One of the things that I shared with you is how I spent 3 months avoiding those silly transformers because something in me was convinced that figuring out how to transform those toys wasn't a good use of my time, that I should be doing something different. Today, we are going underneath that story to figure out what's really driving you to choose your to do list over connection with your family, even when you desperately want to be present. I find this all the time with women I work with. They want to be patient and present and there with their kids, yet their to do list always seems to be running the show. So let's dig in. Prompt number 1. Think of the last time that your child asked you to play or spend time together, and you felt that internal resistance, that, but I should be doing this voice. What were you convincing yourself was more important in that moment? Prompt number 2. If you had sat down and fully engaged with your kid instead of doing that quote unquote important task, what are you afraid would have happened? Get as specific as you can here. So, what story were you telling yourself about what you would miss out on, what you might mess up, or why you had to be on in a different area of your life? Prompt number 3. What if your resistance to presence isn't actually about being responsible or productive? What if it's about avoiding something deeper, like the discomfort of not being useful, or the fear that if you slow down, you'll have to feel emotions that you've been pushing aside? Think about that for a little bit. And to go even deeper, ask yourself, what might you be specifically afraid to feel if you slowed down? Or afraid to notice if you had the space to allow it, if there wasn't that other task keeping you busy? Amazing job. Most of us think that we are choosing productivity over presence because we're responsible and we feel like we have to do these things and that it's good and kind to do these other things. But what I hope I opened your eyes to today is what if we're actually using busyness to avoid the vulnerability of just being with your kids, with ourselves, with whatever feelings come up when we stop moving. Once you have this sort of awareness and deep emotional connection to the problem that you want to solve, like being present with your kids, that's where we really dig into the actionable steps of how do we get there and how do we create that. I like to keep these journaling sessions short, so I only gave you 3 prompts today, but if you are very eager to get to that next space and get out of these habits of just staying busy so that you can actually build an even deeper connection with your kids and your family, then reach out to me. We can set up a totally free clarity call where we do take that next step. I will include the link for that in the show notes, and I always include the link for the Calm Mind Blueprint as well. This is 5 journaling prompts that you can do just one a day in 2 to 5 minutes, where you will go from overwhelm to inner peace. There's also a private podcast included where I give you voice guidance throughout. I hope that you had some aha moments today, hopefully something that you hadn't considered. Those are always the perspectives that really open us up to getting and creating and living the life that we want. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.